Hey, welcome to this video. Just as some context, a lot of these clips originally started about halfway through April, and I'm just trying to get caught up on the editing. As I said in the necromancy video, which will come out before these, but actually came after in terms of chronology. I'm not particularly fond of editing, so I have like almost 2 hours of footage to get through and edit down to hopefully three sizable videos. So they'll come out over the next day. I'm just gonna sit down and edit all three of them, and then I'll release them slowly over the next day probably, or maybe I'll just upload all three of them at once. Who knows? But yeah, so a lot of this started way back in April, and then I disappeared for the month of June to Thailand. So this progress is essentially 3 months worth of progress. And yeah, it's a bit scattered, but it is what it is, and yeah, hopefully you can enjoy it. I'm in pretty dire need of some astral runes. I have very few. I couldn't even finish firing all of the urns that I have, and I want to make some magic notepaper and then have some left over for some PVM. So I will be making some of the power burst of sorcery real quick, and then I will be making some astral runes. Yeah. All right. I was able to make. Oops, I did not mean to load that. I was able to make 88 power bursts of sorcery, so that'll keep me going for quite a while. I don't know how many hours that is, but I would imagine that it's like close to 8 hours, so that's pretty good. This is the method that I am doing for rune crafting. I start with a trip to the blood altar, and I TP to fishing hub. Then I use Astral Tab, craft 3 times here. If I have Power Burst up, then I use it on Astral Runes. And then I rinse and repeat, go back to Blood Rinse, and do a run with Blood Rinse. Neat. That was 150 million fletching XP, just collecting some chicken eggs. Alright, I got some fire making brawlers, whatever a portable obelisk is. 500k alch, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's just the obelisk shards, but like permanent or something like that. And then I got some dragon rider gloves. Yeah, pretty decent. Just gonna test and see if fire making brawlers work with curly roots. I would imagine that they don't, but I just want to see. So I got 1.57k fire making XP there, and oh, they do work. Holy shit. Alright, so I have 1,201 charges. I feel like the XP should have been a little bit higher than what I got, but we'll see. How many charges does it use up? Only 1 charge. Holy shit. Bro, maybe this is actually good. I think. Let me try again without brawlers. Yeah, okay. So I think it actually is giving the correct amount of 50% bonus XP. Wow, that's actually incredible. Yeah, so I think that this is probably the best place for me to use up these brawlers. That's pretty good. Holy shit. Just drop trading this G-chain over to my main account so I can pick up some bonds. I want to get some more bank spaces, and then also I wanted membership on my main account for a method that I want to try out. So fortunately I lose whatever, like 700 mil, but pretty big amount of money for something that's useless for me. Gonna get rid of some more bank letter stuff that I don't foresee myself needing or using. So this is some unchecked stuff, some potion recipes, and then some seeds. Hopefully, don't need any of this in the future, but I think at this point I'd just rather have the GP on my main account. Well, looks like the animals don't get dropped on the ground. Whoops. Alright, so I'll be trading over 7 bonds here to increase my total bank size by 250. So, not that one, this one. So, there we go, 250 more bank slots. Pretty exciting. I've been right at the cap for a long time, so it's nice to finally be done with that. Gonna finally go ahead and make the defender, the range repriser. And I will put, I think that I have an Aftershock 4, yeah, Aftershock 4 Equilibrium 1 that I'll put on this. So, nice. Oh, I gotta fucking augment it. Alright, there we go. I've got an augmented Ancient Repriser with Aftershock 4 Equilibrium 1 on it. I'm doing a method for killing some Ripper Demons with range. It's pretty decent, actually. It's time to turn in a couple weeks worth of Penguin points. So I have almost 200 points here. And this is all gonna go onto Agility XP. Boom! 1.7 mil. Holy shit. Sitting at 137.6 after turning those in. Alright, I'm gonna be spending some of my chimes on purchasing these huge skill lamps, which I'll be putting into agility. I have, at this point in time, 952,000 chimes. I think I still have another 500,000 or so in Wobbegongs, but I'm just gonna do this today. Why not? Do I have to do this manually? Oh no. Okay. Alright, that was 140,000, or 140 million agility XP. Hell yeah. God damn! 50 million agility XP. As usual, I just missed it, but that was 110 rune crafting. This is one of my lowest skills, and I've been doing a little bit while I've been doing some, while I've been playing some Hearthstone. Rune crafting is pretty good for AFK, but definitely not my favorite way to train. I just don't want to collect all of the pure essence required to do blood runes all the way to 200 mil. I think that'd be like 6. No, because I have some XP. I think it's about like 4.5 million essence or so. But I only have about 1 million. Alright, I think that was 40 million runecrafting XP. Yeah, just past 40 million runecrafting XP. Nice. What the fuck is this? This is like tragic. This is all I got from... There's no way. This event sucks. That's it. That's actually it. Oh my god. What? Just been AFKing some Arc Lakor, and that was 140 million range XP. I think a couple more hours and I should have enough charms to finish off 200 million summoning. I know that my combat stats are quite high, considering that I don't have enough charms to get 200 million summoning, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that fires offer hardly any charms whatsoever. Ta-da! 200 million XP in summoning! Wow, wee! God, bro, fuck this game. Alright, that was 111 rune crafting. Still don't love this over blood rune crafting, but it's kinda nice to have some AFK. I'm still playing some Hearthstone. Huzzah! 150 million cooking XP. Wow, so cool. Alright, I just missed it, but that was 160 million fletching XP. I'm getting very fucking close to 4.7 billion XP. I know that originally, I think in my return video, I wanted to get 350 mil XP in the first month of returning, which would have put me at 4.85 billion XP. But I just I ended up doing skills that were slower when I was playing, and then spending a lot of time outside or playing other games. Actually, right now I'm just coming back from 1 month in Southeast Asia. I was spending pretty much the majority of my trip in Thailand, and this is the day after I got back. I played a very tiny amount while I was there, mostly just because I was staying in hostels and sometimes I needed a bit of downtime away from people. But yeah, so basically the last couple months have been just doing dailies and like the occasional skill. I did not get any of the cape fragments for the golden cape, but apparently there was a bug on the last day and you couldn't get them or something, so they're bringing them back this weekend. So I'll be able to knock that out and get the full porter effect while I am able to play. Not really sure while I use it, but it'll be nice to get. But yeah, that's currently my plans. Oh yeah, and I'm doing gathering up some snake hides to hopefully finish off 200 mil Herblore. I'm getting very close, and I think if I just do the amount of snake hides that I have chicken eggs for already, and then pair that with a lot of the other stuff that I currently have in my bank, just waiting to be turned into stuff. I was actually doing roars, or the like bottled dinosaur roars, pretty consistently when I was away, so I have a decent stack of those to finish up. I don't think it'll quite get me to 200 mil, but I'll be getting quite close at the minimum. And then just with Irby Werby dailies and stuff like, or weeklies, sorry, and stuff like that, I should be able to push 200 mil without too much effort. Obviously, the skill is one that you exceed 200 mil in, but I've been very careful in the last 100 million XP to only be making things that are actually going to be useful. So I have a lot of materials for Power Bursts of Vitality, for example, and that shit is not going to be made. I'd rather just take a little bit longer to do my Herblore than to make additional ones of those, because I currently have like 7,000 in the bank, which there's no chance that I get through those in this account's lifetime. Wow! 4.7 billion XP! Whoa, who could have guessed? Oh god. Just a fucking classic recording after I get the the thing. That's 50 million crafting XP. I'm just actually making crystal flasks so that I can make some more potions with these, because I'm at 186 mil Herblore XP. As I think I said in the last clip, which was a couple of days ago, I don't think that I have quite enough Herblore XP bank to get 200 mil. But I mean, with how good making spiritual prayers is for Herblore XP, I'm pretty sure that I can squeak out pretty close to 200 mil, and then some Irby Werby weeklies and stuff like that will help me finish up the skill. Don't really care about ranks anymore. I think that I've kind of come to that conclusion a while ago. So, also in other news, Necromancy has been given a release date. I'm kind of hopeful that it's a tentative release date on August 7th. I really don't want the skill to come out buggy, and that feels like the release date has been expedited quite substantially, so I'm honestly a little bit worried. But we'll see when that skill comes out. I was kind of hoping to be quite close to 5.6 with the skill release, but it's looking like that's not the case. So again, I will not be getting front page, I would assume. I'm pretty sure the skill is not going to take months and months, and if the skill does take months and months, I still have to put that amount of time in, as with everybody else who is currently 5.6. But yeah, so we'll see how this ends up going. I've also been doing some hard mode Carapac. I've been learning that boss. My kills are like fucking incredibly slow. I think they're over 7 minutes usually. And that's on account of just having some pretty mediocre range gear. I just have Ascensions, essentially, and that paired with my lack of Hydrix bolt tips means that I've been using the Ruby backs for most of the phases, and then I swapped Hydrix on P4. But yeah, I think that I don't know where I'm at right now. I feel like I'll end up doing both ED3 and Carapac to try to get either T92 to help me finish Carapac, sorry, T92 crossbow, Eldritch to help me finish Carapac, or just get the fucking staff of fractured staff of Armadyl and use that. I'm actually pretty excited to start learning Mage, because I feel like I'm pretty confident with melee. Like once I've done a boss a couple of times, and range is starting to get to that point, but my DPS is definitely a lot lower with range than it is with melee, which is not a surprise given that my melee gear is like substantially better than my range gear, and my melee unlocks are far greater. Um, but yeah, I have no confidence with mage, so I think getting Fractured Staff of Armadyl, and I think it's at this point in time it's essentially EOF fodder, because I don't plan on doing 4 ticking. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. For context, I have nice. I have 69 hard mode kills. I think that I've done about 20 in solos, so a lot of those, or a majority of those, have been done in trios, I think. Um, Honestly, I think that it would be a better use of my time to just do trios and do like 1 minute, whatever, 30 or 1 minute 40 trios, given that my kill times are so slow, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit of a selfish player or something like that, but I just hate to like see drops go to other people. I mean, like, I'm happy for them at the time, but it's also demotivating to see a drop that you've been seeking going to someone else. So, like, all of my ED2 when I was a low-level Ironman were done solo because, yeah, those upgrades are just so big, and it sucks to be stuck in that prison and see that there was light at the end of the tunnel, but not for you. I missed it on the previous kill, but I got another pair of Carapac's wrist wraps. So I have 2 currently. I might have drop traded one of them over, but yeah, I'm still using the fucking yak, and I actually that time I only ate like 4 food out of the yak, so I think maybe with the Raper Demon it would have been quicker. And wouldn't have had to eat food, but it is what it is. I'm continuing on. God fucking damn it. There's G-Conk. Fucking slow kill. Fucking 8-minute kill. Oh my god. It was such a disaster. I didn't step under the guy, and then my P3, I had like 2 of the fucking whatever they're called, the like lightning shit, so that's pretty sad. But I think I got 1 more kill in the hour. I'm usually getting around 7-minute kills, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can pick up something other than wrist wraps in this, but we'll see. Alright, that's 170 million magic XP. I'm just trying to hopefully squeeze out the last... I only need 1 more of these Golden Cape shards. This is the weekend after, when they kind of fucked up and they've reintroduced it. I actually have plans in about an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm really hoping I can get this. I've done quite a few hours of Carapac, and hopefully my bad luck mitigation is up there. But yeah, I'm doing Zamorak to hopefully get some subjugation to finish off, or sorry, to get started on Necromancy when it releases in about a month. But yeah, 170 million magic, 170 million magic XP, getting pretty close to 200 mil. Very passive skill at this point. Double 4 poggers. Let's go. Alright, I'm mostly doing this to demonstrate that I have not been receiving any marks of war, and that's probably the reason I was unable to get the bossing fragment for the cape. Kills are starting to pick up. That was sub 6 there. I've moved off of the yak, but I don't quite have scrolls, so these kills are probably about 6 minutes every time, but pretty happy with that actually. Makes it so that this is about as efficient as doing it in 3-man. I'm just catching the last 45 minutes, or I guess 40 minutes now, of my earlier hour. I'm going to have to make a couple more primal extracts to actually get through all of these spiritual prayers that I'm making, but yeah, this is well my way to 200 mil Herblore. Don't have a ton of supplies. I think the limiter here, aside from the primal extracts, which are not actually a limiter. I have the fruit pulp. I just haven't turned them into primal extracts. But the limiter is the summoning potions, which I can get a lot of, but I don't know how much more chicken farmer or farming I wish to do. Standing in the chicken coop and collecting eggs there. The other option is that I can do player on farm, but that's pretty slow. I think you get 3 eggs per hen, and you have to go through the hassle of buying hens and all that stuff. So I actually think that the chicken coop is better because you can just stand there fletching and use Yak to teleport the chicken eggs. But yeah, probably gonna do the rest of the supplies that I have for this and then put Herblore on the back burner again, despite being so close to 200 million, unfortunately. Alright, I'm just curing up my sheep. I neglected these while I was in Thailand, but apparently they're needed for, or the wool is needed for necromancy. So I definitely would like to make sure that I'm gathering up some of this colored wool. I've been using the stuff that I've been getting for runecrafting potions, so yeah, gonna have to make sure that I'm pretty diligent about this so I can get both runecrafting potions and enough wool for necromancy. I think I'll just refrain from making runecrafting potions over the next couple of weeks until necromancy is released and I know exactly how much wool I need. I don't suppose that it will be too much, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, and it's fine to save up on the wool because I don't really have an immediate use for it, assuming I don't do a ton of rune crafting. Alright, I just exchanged the nearly 62,000 wills that I had. I didn't get any of the good bags, I don't think, but yeah, I'll be opening these up. I honestly don't even know what they give. This looks like a bunch of useless cosmetic shit, but maybe there's some good stuff out of here. But I'll definitely be deleting the rings. Oh, don't have enough space. Well, it's pretty hard to be mad at just a bunch of free loot after just a little bit of clicking. Little price check on this shows that it's 6.7 mil. That's actually a lot higher than I was expecting. Impious Ashes here, almost 280 of them. Definitely saves time getting those for the Quorum Incense sticks. I think most of these are very cheap or worthless, so I'm just going to destroy them all, I think. I think that they're pretty annoying to drop trade over. A lot of buckets of slime. I don't know how useful that is, but maybe it is. And yeah, maybe some of this will be useful for necromancy. As you can see, I also have 6 Golden Cape shards, and unfortunately, with this dumbass Mark of War like bug that I have going on, I did not get the 8 that I was planning on getting to turn in for the cape. In retrospect, I should have just done the quest, but I was hoping to knock out both the bossing one and the combat one at the same time, and I definitely exceeded the 6 hours of bossing for it. So I don't know if I'm to blame for that, but it just is unfortunate. Just snacking on some chips and watching some Netflix here, actually. But that was 190 million Herblore XP, getting pretty close to 200 million. But without digging into Power Burst of Vitality, I don't have enough banked right now. So I'm not gonna rush that out, but we'll see how many weeks it takes to actually get 200 mil. Another hour of Carapac down. I got, I think I got 8 kills that hour. I reset my kill time, so my fastest kill this hour, and overall has been 6 minutes and 9 seconds in hard mode. Unfortunately, I'm still not receiving Marks of War. I have no idea what the issue is here. I don't know if it's resolvable on my end or not, but this is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes in the future. I've put in a ticket, but nothing has come of it yet. Posted on Reddit, and well, it's Runescape Reddit, so not. I was basically told to go hang myself, probably. But yeah, hopefully this gets resolved at some point. Damn it! More Carapax risk guards. These are a higher drop rate than the individual stat pieces, so that's pretty sad. I've had both the Concentrated Blast and one of these. So yeah, I'm gonna cry. I've kind of decided that I would like to use some Ripper Skulls while I'm doing Care Pack. So I had about 300 Ripper Demon pouches, so I've turned about 250 of them into scrolls. And yeah, I'll be using that when I go back to Care Pack. I think that it'll help out with both my kill times and also kill consistency to be able to deal that much damage. I'm just hopeful that the Ripper Demon doesn't destroy the like mirages on P4 before I'm ready for them to be killed. I also have a fuck ton of spiritual prayers that I'll be using up now as well. So instead of taking super restores, I'll just be taking spiritual prayers with me, and I'll be drinking those or maybe like guzzling those in P4. So yep. Another hour of care pack done. Didn't receive any notable drops. I was using the scrolls and my PB is now about 7 seconds faster than it was before. They weren't very clean kills, so I would imagine that the scrolls contributed quite a bit on the kill that I actually got there. Unfortunately, I'm still not receiving Marks of War, so another full hour. One would expect about 1,000 Marks of War from that. And, well, I've received none. Not really sure what's causing this. It's pretty frustrating, actually. I put in a ticket, but I don't know. Just using up some of the Wicked Hood teleport scrolls that I must have gotten from, I don't know, Frank's free chest or something like that. I'm in dire need of mud runes. I used up a little too many on super magics, and I don't have enough to make all the hunter runes that I would like to do. So I have 45 teleports with this, so that'll make just shy of 5,000. Bro, this shit fucking sucks. Alright, that finished off all of the charges, so yeah, about 4,500 mud runes. It's enough for the urns that I currently have created, and then it'll hopefully be enough to get me to 200 mil. Honestly, I'm pretty close. 150 mil right now, so I don't think that I need like 7,000 urns or whatever. I'm gonna finish off making these hunter urns, and then I'm going to check what Voice of Serenade is when it turns 6 p.m. And until then I'll be doing some dailies. I'm going to try to finish off the combination potions that I currently have, see what XP in Herblore that puts me to. I'm sitting just over 192 mil right now. And then if it's not the correct Voice of Saren, it's not my Lear, then I will try out 2-tick Decaying Guards and see what the XP an hour is of that. I've heard it's around 1.8 million, but sometimes I get higher or lower than the rates that they suggest. It feels like some rates are exaggerated, and then the wiki is notoriously bad for having like rates that are substantially lower than what like even an average player should be able to receive. So we'll see what the XP an hour is. Not the correct Voice of Saren, so I'll be doing a bit of hunter here. I have no idea how invisible and visible boosts work at this spot, so I'll be taking extreme hunters and having the polar bear familiar, and we'll see what the XP rates of that are. Might as well use tracker aura as well. Yeah, hopefully it's good. Alright, so I get about 1.6 million XP an hour with the way that I've been doing this, which is, I was still trying to figure out exactly how to make sure that I can get back into the 2-tick rhythm when I fuck it up, but, I went into the kitchen and stuff, and I still averaged 1.6 million over like over a 40-minute period, so that's not too bad. I think with correct like Decaying Guard spawns where they're always active, I'm pretty sure getting over 2k is like very reasonable. It's just I think you'd have to have an ult on a world and you just like hop to it or something. But yeah, we have 3 up now, but then there's periods where there are none up, so yeah. Alright, I just upgraded to the enriched Shadow Pontifex ring that's now overpowered. I thought that I'd done this before, but apparently not. I thought that maybe it was like bugged or something, and that's why I needed to wear it for care pack. But now I don't have to do that anymore, which is pretty great. I'll continue wearing this, I think, for skilling because of the 2% XP bonus while I'm doing Hunter. But other than that, this ring... Oh, and Divination. But other than that, this ring is just dead content. Dude, let's fucking go. Fucking, oh, slow fucking kill there. 626. Forgot to put scrolls in my guy. Effigy as well, but yeah, fractured stabilizing gem. Nice. Hooray. For context, that is kill 153 in hard mode. I think I did about 40 or maybe 50 kills in trio. So I'm actually under drop rate for this, but yeah, nice to pick that up. Been dry on some other bosses, so it's good to be at least a little bit lucky. Damn, that's a pretty decent kill. 549. I'm definitely learning this boss, but yeah, the last phase, like not hitting on the mirages is such a pain in the ass. Aside from prayers and like a higher level weapons, I don't really know what I can do on my part to help hit on that, but off I go. Wow, Ripper Demon Go Burr 540. This is the kill right after the previous one. I'm gonna do one more. Definitely won't be a quick kill because the last little bit will be off aura, but last kill of the hour. That was my first no food Raksha or Raksha care pack. That's pretty sweet. I know that I've been using hard foods, which I should probably downgrade to blue blubbers, but I just don't quite feel confident yet. I think maybe if I get FSOA, I can start doing that, but yeah, got one more kill in the hour, I think. Last P4 won't be with aura, but that shouldn't matter. Getting a lot better at this boss, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Fuck! That's not what I'm looking for. Man. Alright, that's a Care Pack Reaper done. I'm actually really enjoying this boss. I'm curious if I'll be able to keep doing it as effectively when I'm off task. I think that maybe the accuracy rules, which is why I got task, but I might have just done it earlier because of Trim Masterwork or something like that. But yeah, let's go. Classic ran out of bolts while at Carrot Pack in the middle of a kill, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I'm like hemorrhaging these like Ascendry bolt tips, even only using them on P4. I just go through them so fucking quick. So I'm gonna have to find some other method to get these so that I can keep doing range at Carapac, so I can get magic, so that I can do whatever that would get me more sentry bolts like Zami. It's kind of a unfortunate position I'm in where I'm trying to use them up so that I can stop using them up, but I don't have a good method to get them, so yeah. So it turns out that the Slayer task is like pretty much essential for this, so I will be hopefully grabbing another one using my Slayer cape. I should probably equip it if I would like to get the buff, but I don't have a ton of points, so hopefully I can get lucky. And literally the next one I get to choose my own tasks, so I'm looking for the Nodin Dragonkin right here. 144. Hell yeah. That should hopefully get me another staff piece. Maybe, possibly. Like a complete bozo, I ended up turning a lot of my Cadentines into unfinished Cadentine potions, so I don't actually have enough to do all of the Beak Snot and Dinosaur Claws that I have, making sticky bombs. Obviously, sticky bombs are not that useful of an item. I think that there are some very niche uses for them. But I already have the materials, and I'm not gonna need like almost 6,000 Beak Snot and Dinosaur Claws. At least over the next little while, like I can get more of these if I need them, but I won't be able to run through all of this Beak Snot and Dinosaur Claws in the meantime. So I will just capitalize on the not free but quite easy XP that they offer. Just passed 194 million Herblore XP, so these will give me another 1,300,000-ish with how many Cadentines I have. Yep, still just inching closer to that 200 mil. I just finished up with the canteens. I'm gonna move on to making some super magic potions so I can make supreme and then elder overloads for a little bit more XP. Still don't quite have enough for 200 mil, so we'll see what I end up doing after that. But yeah, I mean, I'll get it. It's just a matter of when. I'm also gonna incorporate getting the tropes here every 6 minutes into my skilling, especially now that I am almost done with Herblore and don't have to do Gobi lands anymore. It's pretty easy to get back to the other skilling, or like, I mean, it's pretty easy to get to Gobi. It's just a little frustrating, a little annoying. But yeah, I'll start getting the tropes, start stacking those up. I watched this person named Carpy Kitty who stacked up like a fuck ton of them over the course of like a year or something like that, and the loot is pretty insane. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do, so I'll just incorporate that going forward. I've never really been in a position where I'm like just squeezing out the last of my supplies on something, because usually I hoard up a ton and then use them all up. But right now I'm making like less than 100 Elder Overload salves after making like 200 Elder Overloads. Like, it's kind of a bizarre feeling to not be making like thousands in like a couple hours of an activity and instead only be making like a couple, not even, like in this case, making 100. Um, but I'll be doing some farm runs for canteens to make a lot more sticky bombs because that seems like the easiest Herblore XP. Obviously, I'm gonna be doing a lot of XP post 200 mil, but part of me wants to like lock in the highest score, and the other part of me just wants to like secure it. I know that I said I was gonna be doing Irby Werby, like going forward to like slowly get the skill done, but I kind of just want it done. I want to free up a preset that I never have to, or like won't have to use on Herblore for a while, just because I have so many potions banked. I don't have to make any out of necessity, aside from maybe Vom Bombs in a little while. I've got about 4,000 of those. But yeah, it's definitely bizarre to be at this point for me. In other news, I also just passed 196 million Herblore XP. So about 4 million left. I might be able to get that today, possibly. Like, I don't really know what I do, but it's probably doable. And that's the last of my Elder Overload selves. Damn. It's pretty fucking dire. I'm making up some Perfect Plus potions. I guess that these are like certainly worth making up before 200 mil, as the only reason I'd be making them is for Herblore XP. I think I have a couple thousand, or maybe not. Actually, let me check how many I have. No, I only have like 200 in the bag. I say only 200, but that's like 200 days because there's 6 doses and they're 4 hours a dose. So I don't think that I'm gonna have 200 days still on this account where I need Perfect Plus Potion active to begin with. But yeah, I'll make them up literally just for XP and because I have the materials in my bank. Overloads are kind of like a non-issue. I have about 11,000-ish 3-dose overloads, so I don't think that I will need more overloads in my account's lifetime, but there might be a situation where I'm PVMing literally every day and I am dying every 30 seconds or something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't mind using up it doesn't feel like a waste, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Alright, that's the Perfect Plus potions used up. I'm going to, I think, I have no canteen seeds. Fuck. Okay, well, I'll do a farm run and I'll see what I'm at after. Just did a fruit pulp run, so I have about 700 fruit pulps. It's gonna give me like, I don't know, like just over 100k Herblore XP, and the important thing is 2.4 thousand primal extracts, which will definitely be enough to finish off 200 mil Herblore. I'll obviously have to do more fruit pulp runs in the future, but that'll be an issue for later, Nick. I'm making some extreme cooking potions to juice out the last of my my supplies here. I had a bunch of Harlander potions that I was planning on making Power Burst of Acceleration with, but given that Spark Titans can be used elsewhere for like more useful things, specifically making the Adren crystals, I felt like using up all my Spark Titans, and therefore had all of these like Harlander potion unfinished just lying around. And already had the supplies for this, so this is essentially just like kind of useless potions, but I don't think I would have had another use for those Harlander potions unfinished. So I'll take the XP before I hit 200 mil instead of just having them wasting space. Alright, I was doing some of the Anachronia, what is it called? The Dream of Iaea crafting while I was doing a raid on World of Warcraft. And while that was happening, I got the blowpipe fins. Now, I know that the blowpipe isn't particularly useful as an item itself, but the animation, like if you use it as an override, it can allow your attacks to hit like 1 tick or 2 ticks earlier, I think. There's something about like the animation being useful. And then I also got Arcane Apoterasaur, which I don't think that I have one of these. And I got one of these venomous dinosaurs, but that's not useful. I already have a couple. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely continue putting XP into crafting on there. I think that's the only important skill that I can train there. And yeah, it's nice in AFK, so it's pretty good to do while I'm playing other games. And the rewards that you can get out of it are pretty important. This mush is kind of useless though. Nice. I'm still getting these tropes every 6 minutes. I've got a little stopwatch in Alt 1 that I'm using, and I'll stack up enough to hopefully get the quiver, and then after that I'm going to stack up tons and then open probably a couple thousand of them together. In other news, I'm about, what is that? I'm 880k away from 200 million Herblore. I think that I have some, yes, nice, some Lantodime potions in here. Now this will get me very close to enough enough XP if I turn it into overloads. Wahoo! Okay, well, on to the next skill. Definitely gonna still continue doing farm runs. Probably will be far less consistent than they have been for the past week or so, but I want to make sure that I have lots of herbs available, so in the future I never have issues. Plus it's kind of nice looking at a big herb stack in the bank as opposed to seed stack. Like, you can, I think it's about 5 herbs-ish per seed, so definitely nicer than a drop of 10 seeds instead being 50 herbs. Next big skill I'll be working on is crafting, probably. I want to use up all of the materials I have so I can see exactly how much GP I'll need for the DG crafting that I'm planning on doing. I make sure to do, like, stack up the 5% bonus XP from Artificer's Measure, doing like blue dragon hide or like any dragon hide essentially, and then I swap to whatever other crafting I'm doing. So that might be cutting gems, or it might be like turning gems into jewelry. In this case it's currently on Ithel Hour, so I'm just stacking up to 10, and then I will be swapping to blow a bunch of the crystal glass that I have. Like, I have about 5,000 of that right now, so not a ton of XP, but the 5% does add up over the course of over the 150 million XP I need. It'll save me about 7.5 million XP, which is actually quite substantial. And yeah, that's a lot of time and GP saved as well. I think that's about somewhere around 25 hours, and I think it's about 18 GP and XP. So that saves about 100 and something million GP as well, which is pretty great. So yeah, that's the plan. Alright, thanks for watching this video. As I said at the start, this is just a clip dump of footage that I've had in the back burner. But yeah, I'm just getting through it right now, and this will be one of 3 that will come out. And yeah, just expect the next two. These should all be pretty fucking sizable videos. But if you made it this far, I'll catch you in the next one. Also, just so that there's a bit of context to the clips, this was my monthly XP for April, which was 145 million, and then for May, 56 million, and for June, we have 21 million. So not a lot of XP, and I think that the clips end around July 6th for this video, and so the next video will be most of July. I think.